We previously talked about ISO 315, the standard that guides auditors in becoming financial detectives. We learned how to identify and assess the risks of material misstatement in a company's financial statements. But finding the risks is only half the battle. ISO 330 is the standard that tells us what to do next. It's the action plan, the roadmap for how an auditor responds to those assessed risks to gather sufficient appropriate audit evidence. The fundamental principle of ISO 330 is simple: the auditor's response must be linked to the assessed risk. We don't just perform a generic audit. Instead, our procedures are specifically designed to address the risks we found in the planning stage. This linkage is crucial for two reasons. Efficiency: it helps us avoid over-auditing low-risk areas and focus our efforts where they matter most. Effectiveness: it ensures our audit procedures are directly targeting the areas where a material misstatement is most likely to occur. This is why ISO 315 and ISO 330 are a pair. You can't have one without the other. ISO 330 requires us to develop responses at two different levels, just like we assessed risks. First, overall responses. These are actions we take to address risks that affect the financial statements as a whole. For example, if we identified a high risk of management override of controls, our overall response might be to assign more experienced auditors to the engagement or to increase the level of professional skepticism throughout the audit. Second, responses at the assertion level. These are our more detailed and specific procedures designed to address risks in particular accounts or transactions. To gather our evidence, we use three main types of procedures. Tests of controls. We perform these to evaluate the operating effectiveness of the entity's internal controls. If we find that a control is working well, for example, a system that automatically checks for duplicate invoices, we might reduce the amount of substantive testing we perform in that area. Substantive procedures. These are designed to detect material misstatements at the assertion level. They include tests of details, examining the actual numbers and supporting documents, e.g., checking a sample of invoices to a general ledger. Substantive analytical procedures, looking for relationships and trends in financial data to identify unexpected fluctuations. Dual-purpose tests. As the name suggests, these are procedures that serve both purposes. They test controls and provide substantive evidence at the same time. The amount of evidence we need to collect is based on our assessed risk. The higher the risk of material misstatement, the more sufficient and appropriate audit evidence we need to gather. Sufficiency is about the quantity of evidence. Do we have enough? Appropriateness is about the quality of the evidence. Is it relevant and reliable? For example, a confirmation from a bank is generally considered more reliable evidence of a cash balance than a printout provided by the client. The auditor must always consider both the quantity and the quality of the evidence. In summary, ISO 330 is the action standard. It's the critical link between the planning and execution phases of an audit. It ensures that every procedure we perform is purposeful and directly linked to our assessed risks. It's how we move from simply identifying potential problems to actively searching for evidence to address them. By following ISO 330, auditors can ensure their work is effective, efficient, and ultimately provides a reliable basis for their audit opinion. Thank you for watching. Like and subscribe for similar content.